Right. So for those of you at the observatory, I have maybe a couple minutes left, but I'd like to do another program for you, probably 3-4 minutes long. For those of you new to the observatory, my name is Amy Sherwin. This is my 7th summer at the Mendenhall Glacier, but I've been living in Juneau for 10 years. I took it day by day in 2002, and here I am. So have any of you flown over this area around here? Most of you off the cruise ships? Yeah. Okay. Well, when I first moved up here in 2002, I flew from the East Coast, then I landed in Seattle. Seattle's our main hub. And then I flew from Seattle through British Columbia, and I landed in Juneau. As I was flying, though, I looked down and I saw these peaks, these jagged peaks, and I saw snow and ice that blanketed the whole entire landscape. From the plane, it looked absolutely beautiful. Well, it wasn't until I started working here in 2007 that I realized that Southeast Alaska is a great place to be a glacier. As you go through your cruise ships, you'll probably visit some of these glaciers. Two powerful forces involved in creating what we see today, those ice fields, those steep mountain ridges, are plate tectonics and our climate. Are you guys familiar with plate tectonics? All right, well, I'm familiar with it, so let me fill you in. It is basically the moving or dancing of the plates around the Earth's crust. These create earthquakes, they create volcanoes, they create tsunamis, like the tsunami that hit Japan just about a year ago. Well, here in Southeast Alaska, we have plate tectonics constantly shaping and creating our landscape. This is a little overwhelming, but it'll be fine because I'll explain it to you. Here in Southeast Alaska, we have two plates, the Pacific plate, so that's out in the ocean, and the North American plate, this land here, colliding and creating what is called a subduction zone. Just like the name subduct suggests, you have the Pacific plate have a much younger rock being pushed under the North American plate, which is made of a lot of older rock. Well, seniority prevails, and the plate, as it comes down, the Pacific plate, as it comes down, creates heat, and it creates friction. That heat is pressed up through the plate, and it creates these earthquakes, it creates these mountains. So as our rock is pushed up through that heat, it creates our Alaska coastal range. That's why all the mountains around here look like they just rise out of the mountains, rise out of the oceans. So the next thing is our climate. Warm moisture from the ocean and cool air from our Canadian neighbors mix to produce 100 feet of snow each year. The Juneau ice, The Juneau ice field receives 100 feet of snow each year. Now, over many winters, that snow will fall, and it will put pressure on those preceding layers. Well, as more snow falls, that pressure increases, and we get glacial ice. All of those air bubbles have been squeezed out. As our ice builds up in the ice field, like a leaf pile, it becomes unstable. Eventually, it starts to move. It floods over the edges of the Juneau ice field and starts working its way downhill. This is our glacier. Mendenhall Glacier is just one of 38 glaciers that come off the Juneau ice field, but there are hundreds of thousands of other glaciers that exist in Southeast Alaska. Southeast Alaska is therefore a great place to be a glacier. We have plate tectonics and our climate that mixed to produce the landscape that we see. So if next time you're flying over Southeast Alaska, realize there are two powerful forces involved in this transformation. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask away.
Any question?
So you guys are now all, you know everything.
No,
Yeah.
you know nothing to ask.
แสดงว่าทัชเรกเลย